Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I am Ram. So in the previous videos we saw about what are the topics that we need to cover in order to clear aptitude test. So today I am going to take you through the concept called average, okay, and we are going to see few of the example sums in respect to average concept, and we are also going to solve that so that you can get the you get the concept of average. Okay, so come on, let's get into the video. So what is average? Okay, so average is nothing but the definition of average is nothing but the measure of central tendency. Okay, this is the key word. Okay, average is the measure of central tendency of a set of numbers. Okay, come on, I will explain this lame sentence definition into a concept. Okay, so what is a set of numbers? I am going to take a set of number, like I am going to take a set of number that is 2 and 4. Okay, this be a set. Okay, set A, and I am going to take two numbers that is 2 and 4, and I am going to find the average of it. By the definition of average, it is a central tendency of set of numbers. Now by seeing this also, which is the central number between 2 and 4? It is simple, right? It is 3. Okay, so this is the average of 2 and 4, right? That's all. The average concept is as simple as that. Okay, but this concept begins to crumble when we take a big set of numbers like b is equal to 2, 4, 6. Even for numbers like this, we can easily say that the central tendency of these three numbers is 4. Okay, so it is 4. But if it comes to big set of numbers, that is like c is equal to 1, 5, 7, 9, things like that, then then if we have a set of numbers like this, then to find the central tendency it will be very tough. Okay, so in order to simplify this process, there is a small step in order to a small formula in order to find this. Okay, so they've discovered a formula where the formula is average, that is average is equal to sum of set of n numbers, that is here the n number is 2. Okay, there are only two numbers. Okay, here there are three numbers, here there are four numbers. So n represents the number of numbers that are inside a set. Okay, so sum of set of n numbers divided by n. Okay, so n represents the number of numbers in a set. Okay, number of objects, number of elements that are in a set. Okay, so n is the number of elements in a set. Okay, so average formula is sum of set of n numbers divided by n. Okay, this is the main formula which is used by every other questions of average concept in order to get the answer. Okay, so this is the main formula. Okay, you have to remember this formula in order to clear the average concepts of average questions. Okay, so average is equal to sum of set of n numbers divided by n. Okay, so now let's see about few easy examples in order to get familiar with the average concept. Let's see that. Okay, so I have picked a few of simple questions in order to get familiar with the average concept. So these are the handpicked four simple questions. Okay, so the probability of asking this type of questions in a competitive exam is very less, but this helps us to get familiar knowledge with average concept, so that you can go with the mid-range and the hard problems as well. So come on, let's move on to the problems. So the first question says that the daily taxi driver earnings is 73, 60, 65, then 70, 62.5, 63 and 68. They have given the earnings of a taxi driver for 7 days, and they are asking us to what is the average earning. Okay, they are asking us to find the average earning. So what we have to do, this is nothing but, first let's start with the average formula. The average formula is A is equal to sum by the numbers. Here the number of elements in a set is, that is the set of earnings is 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 elements in this set of earnings. So we are the n value is 7. Now we have to add in order to get the s value, that is the sum of sets. Okay, sum of numbers in the set. So 60. Now let's add it. So 73, 60, 65, then 70, then 52.5, then 63, then 68. So we are going to add all these. So 8, 8 plus 2, 10, 10 plus 3, 10 plus 11, 10 plus 11, 21, 2, 9, 9 plus 6, 15, 15 plus 6, 21, 28, 28, 33, 33 plus 6, 33 plus 6, 39, 45. So 451.5. So this is his total earning, okay, for 7 days. That is 451.5. Okay, 451 point is his total earning in 7 days. Now we are going to find the average earning. So in order to find the average earning, we have to divide this by. So in order to make my calculation simple, I am going to multiply both numerator and denominator by 10. So I will get the whole number like 151 and 70. So I am going to divide that. So 4515 divided by 70. So 7 6 are 420. Then I will get 31. Then 5 70. So again I will get 7 4s are 28. 280. Then I will get 35. So 0.0. Then I will get so that's it, right? So the average value is 64.5. Okay, the average earning of this taxi driver is 64.5. 64.5 is our value. So this is one of the easiest question. Okay, so you have got the familiarity in this concept, where we are going to add the values and we are going to divide it by the number of values that we have added. So the number of values that they have given is 7, that is n, and the total value that we get by adding all the earnings is 451.5. So we are going to divide these two. This all remaining all the calculations. So these calculations might we have learned in our 4th or 5th grade itself. So that's not a big matter. So the concept here is average. The average formula is sum by numbers, sum of elements in a set by number of elements in a set. Okay, so here the set is earnings. Okay, so now let's move on to the second problem. The second problem is average. They have given the average of 3 numbers, that is 17. Average of 3 numbers is 17. So let's see the average formula again. Average is equal to sum by numbers, right? Now let's see the average of 3 numbers. So they have said that average of 3 numbers is 17. So I'm going to take 3 numbers. Let's say A plus B plus C is equal to 17. So I have taken the average of 3 numbers as 17. And they have given the average of first 2 numbers is 16. So the first 2 numbers is A and B. So they have given the average of first 2 numbers is 16. So why I am putting 3 over here? Because the number of number of sets in this number of elements in this set is 3, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so I am putting 3 over here. Here the number of elements in this set is A plus B. That is only 2. So I am putting 2 over here. Okay, so what will be my A plus B plus C? What will be the sum of these 3 numbers is nothing but I have to multiply 3 over here. So I will get 1, 2, 3 sevens are 21, 1, 2 over here. So 3 ones are 3 plus 5, 51, right? So 51. So A plus B plus C is equal to 51. Now we are going to see about this. Okay, so what will be my A plus B then? So A plus B is 32. Why 32? I am again multiplying 2 over there. So I am getting 32. Okay. So I got A plus B plus C as well as I got A plus B. Okay. So now what I am going to, what they are asking is find the third number. What is the third number over here? The third number is C, right? So they are asking us to find what the value of C is. Okay. So in order to find the value of C, it is simple that if we subtract A plus B from A plus B plus C, we will get the C value, right? So what we are going to do, A plus B plus C minus A plus B. We are subtracting A plus B from A plus B plus C. So I will get 51 minus 32, which is nothing but 19, right? So 19 is the third number. Here the average is not the main concept. they are asking us to find the third number. They are not asking us to find the average of it, but they have given the average value and they are asking us to find one of the elements in that set. Okay, one of the elements that contributed to that average. So in the first concept we saw what is the average. They have simply said asked us to find the average. Here they have given the average and they are asking us to find the third number, the one of the number that is contributed to the average. Okay, so this is the concept behind the second question. Okay, come on, let's move on to the third one. So you can feel the difference between the first and the second question. First one is a straightforward question, the second one is quite quite to think. Okay, then the third question is the average of 30 numbers. They have given the average of 30 numbers, which is nothing but 38, and if the two numbers, namely 45 and 55, are discarded means removed from that 50 numbers, then what will be the average of the new remaining numbers. Okay, so let's get into the question. So first let's see, again let's start with the formula. Average is equal to sum by numbers. Now they are given that average of 50 numbers is 38. Okay, so average of, so sum of 50 numbers divided by 50, right? There are 50 numbers, so we are going to divide 50 by the sum of 50 numbers by 50, so that we will get the average. Where the average is 38. They have given that in the question. So 38. Now what they are saying, and now let's see what will be the sum of 50 numbers. Okay, so the sum of 50 numbers will be sum of 50 numbers. Sum of 50 numbers will be 5 8s are 40, so 4, 5 3s are 15, 15 plus 4 90, so 0 over here, so 1900. So the sum of 50 numbers is 1900 value. Okay, so 1900. Now they are saying that two numbers, that is 45 and 55, are discarded from it. So they are removing 45 and 55 from this set of 50 numbers. So what will be happening? So sum of 50 numbers, we are discarding 45 and 55. So actually they are taking 45 and 55 from the whole 50 numbers. So what will be the value then? So the sum of 50 numbers is 1900, and 45 plus 55 is 100. So the sum of the remaining numbers, that is the sum of 48 numbers. Okay, so the sum of 48 numbers is 1800. Okay, we found the sum of 48 numbers because we are removing two numbers from 50 numbers, so we are getting 40 numbers. Okay, now what they are asking is then find the average of remaining numbers. So the remaining numbers is 48. We are going to find the average of this. So in order to find the average of this, what is the average formula? Simple, sum of the numbers by number. Okay, so the sum of the 48 numbers is 1800. Now we are going to divide it by 48. So average, so the average of this will be sum of 48 numbers will divided by 48. If we divide this by 48, we can divide this by 12. So 12 4s are 48, then 12 150 I guess. So 12 1s are 12, then 6 5s are, then 0. So 150, then 4 1s are 4, 3s are 12, 3 over 2 over there, 3 over there, right? 3 30. So 7s are 28.5. So 37.5 is the new average of the remaining numbers. That is, the remaining numbers is 48 numbers. Okay, so the new average of the remaining numbers is 37.5. So 37.5 is the remaining, the new average of 48 numbers. Okay, so you can clearly see the difference between the second sum and the third sum. Here they are removing two numbers and they are asking us to find the average. Okay, here they are asking us to find one of the numbers that contributed to the average itself. Okay, so this is the difference between the second and the third question. Okay, I hope you can feel the difference. Okay, you can feel the difficulty level. From first we started with the simple question where they straightforwardly asked what is the average of it. Now they are asking. Now we saw a question where they are given the 50 numbers average and they are asking us to find the remaining average by subtracting these two numbers. Okay, so this is the third question. So come on, let's move on to the fourth question. In the fourth question, fourth is also a simple question. So in the fourth question, they have given the average marks in three papers, that is 52, and they said that the fourth paper mark is 60, and now what is the new average? A student is getting three papers first, okay, three papers. So in that three papers his average is 52. After few days he is getting his fourth paper. In that fourth paper his average is 60, his mark is 60. Now what will be the new average? So this is also a simple type of question. So let's start with the formula itself. Average is equal to sum by number. So average marks in three papers, okay, average marks in three papers. So let's say take the papers as P1 plus P2 plus P3, okay. So average marks in three papers is 52, right? So average marks in three papers, the three papers I have taken the three papers as P1 P2 plus P3 and divided by 3 because there are only three papers. So divided by 3 is equal to 52. So what will be the sum of three papers? So what will be the sum of three papers? That is 3. We have to multiply 3 by 3 into 52. So 3 into 52 is nothing but 6. 3 5s are 15. So 156, right? So the value, the sum of three papers is 156. Now what is happening? The fourth paper comes into the picture. So P1 plus P2 plus P3 plus P4. So the fourth paper comes into the picture, and in the fourth paper is getting 60 marks, okay. So in the 60, if we add 60 in 156, we will get 216, right? So he got his fourth paper. Now the total sum of marks that he have taken in fourth paper is 260. Now what they are asking is what's the average now, okay, what's the new average? So in order to find the new average, what is the average formula? Sum divided by n. So n is the number of elements in the set. Here the number of elements in the set is 4, right? 4. So what we have to do? We have to divide it by 4 in order to get the average. So if we divide this whole thing by 4, 216 divided by 4, okay. So 4, 4 5s are 20, then 1, remaining 1 will go over there. So 16, 4 4s are 16, so 54. So the new average of the marks, so the new average of the student is 54. Before he got 52 average. Here by adding 60 into his number of marks, he got 54 as his average, okay. So you can clearly see the difference between the four questions. So these are one of the easiest possible questions that might ask in your competitive exam, and the probability of asking these type of questions in a competitive exam is very very less. And even if they ask these type of questions in a competitive exam, the number of people who are going to answer these type of questions will be high, and that will be a favor for everyone. So it will not favor you in any aspect. So I have teached this type of questions in order to get familiar with the average concept. So in the future video, in the next video, we will see about mid-range problems and the difficult range problems, so that you can get the taste of how a competitive exam questions will be, okay. So please watch that video as well. So if you feel this video is informative, and if you want to share with your friends who are preparing for a competitive exam or an aptitude exam, so please share to them as well, so that they will also get benefit of it. So if you have any other queries relating to the average concept, you can let me know in the comment section. I will try to reply to your queries. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye bye.